China is a very big, very interesting country with great food, and the scene here is pretty much unlike anywhere else in the world in that it's so ravenous for this technology and for what it brings. There's so much energy and enthusiasm looking for the opportunity, and that's really important in this particular space. China in particular does have a lot more grassroots activity. There's a real desire to look behind the sort of marketing and the faces and the names and the buzz, and actually see what's behind it, get your hands dirty with the technology. China feels much more like a workshop than a lot of other countries where things are expected to be much more polished. People don't really want to get their hands dirty too much unless they're sure that it's going to end well. We're still aiming to launch at the end of this year. Probably it's going to either be November or it's going to be January. We don't want to launch in December because December is holiday season for many of us, and that will just lead to a lot of sleepless Christmas nights. It will all depend on how the audits go, which is the final stage of development for Polkadot. We are nearing feature completeness, which is marked by the launch of the Kusama network. From there on, it really is just security and auditing. The dot sale should be around a month before the launch. So yeah, it's possible that the dot sale would happen sometime in December and launch in January, or dot sale maybe sometime in October, launch in November. So I don't want to get too much into the technicals, but Polkadot is fundamentally a sharded solution, so it's scalable. In particular, the single set of validators, the single set of people, of interests that run the network are able to secure and manage the communication between all of the different shards or parachains, as we call them. Cosmos and other bridge-based solutions are fundamentally limited in terms of the security that they can offer. And it's really a sort of a different architecture and a different technology base, primarily for a different solution. With Polkadot, I wanted interoperability and bridging was certainly something that I felt was important, but certainly not as important as creating an innovation commons, an innovation bedrock on which to build the next generation of blockchain cryptocurrency technology. And that's really what Polkadot is geared to. Polkadot is a development platform. I think the same cannot be said of any other platform in the industry at the moment. I have no interest whatsoever in answering that, the question of Polkadot's market cap. I can say that the most recent sale did finish at a 1.2 billion valuation, but what happens when it hits the market is anyone's guess. Markets are notoriously fickle, and I'm very much focused on making the best technology. Libra is an interesting development in the ecosystem. I'm not even really sure if I'd call Libra within the ecosystem exactly. It's from the relatively small amount of information that that has been released. It's really difficult to say whether it's really a cryptocurrency or if it's actually something more akin to a digital currency, given all of the regulation, the KYC, the AML, the various hoops that people have to jump through in order to use it. It may end up becoming a sort of another PayPal, which is kind of ironic given that PayPal was one of the founders of Libra. It certainly doesn't look as though it will have the same level of freedoms and decentralization that we expect from premium sort of prime cryptocurrency Web3 projects. If it does, then I think it's really a benefit to the ecosystem. A stable coin that's well supported and that can be bridged into other systems like Polkadot would be a real gain. But I suspect it will not have anywhere near the amount of freedoms required for it to really be considered a cryptocurrency. Probably Web3, the Web3 Foundation that's sort of launching the Polkadot platform, is looking to create a team specifically in China for trying to help educate and, I don't know, generally bolster the Chinese community. There's an awful lot of promise here, so it only makes sense. As parity as well, China presents, a very sort of good opportunity for collaboration with local developers and local development teams here. So that's also something that we'll be looking forward to working on. But by and large, it's just going to be an increasingly comprehensive amount of cooperation and sort of communication over the next 6 months on the way to release.